Hello, dear students. I hope you all are keeping well. As we all know, this is the time to stay home, stay safe. At the same time, we must not forget about our studies. So, here we all are there to spare some time towards our studies. To begin with, Maths, Chapter 2, Roman numbers. You have already learnt in your previous classes about Roman numbers. In this class, we will learn more about Roman numbers through different slides. If you see the first slide, you see your class as 4. This 4 is in Roman notation. If we talk about definition, it states Roman numerals are the letters used by the ancient Romans to represent numbers. In this, letters are used instead of numbers. The letters represent a value. Roman numerals are written as combinations of 7 letters, and the 7 letters are I, which stands for 1, V stands for 5, X stands for 10, L for 50, C for 100, D for 500, and M for 1000. I value xylophone like cows do milk. If you see the initials of these words, this will remind you of the 7 symbols which is used in Roman numbers. Now, in your previous class, you have learnt about this Roman numeral 1 to 10. You have also done the activity using your matchsticks. There are certain rules for Roman numerals. Before we start with the rules, we must remember that there is no Roman numeral for 0 in the system, nor it follows the place value system. The first rule says a letter can only be repeated up to 3 times. And the point to be noted here is the symbols or the letters V, L, and D cannot be repeated. Once again, the first rule says the letter cannot be repeated more than 3 times. For example, 3. In order to represent 3 in Roman notation, I is repeated 3 times. But I cannot repeat I 4 times, as the rule says the letter cannot be repeated more than 3 times. So, can we say yes or no for the following Roman numbers? 2 times X, this stands for 20, that means yes. 3 times C, that means C stands for 100, so 3C stands for 300, so it is yes. 4 times V, the point here to note was symbols V, L, and D cannot be repeated. So can we say yes for this? No, we cannot. Similarly, D, 2 times D, can we repeat D? No, so this is not the correct Roman notation. Now, the next rule says a smaller numeral written to the right of a numeral of greater or equal value is always added to the greater numeral. For example, XV. Here, V is the smaller numeral towards the right of X, which is of greater value. So, here V is added to X. So this XV stands for X plus V, which means 10 plus 5, that is 15. Next, here the smaller value X is to the right of L. So this LX denotes L plus X. That means L stands for 50, X stands for 10. And this is 60. The next rule says A smaller numeral written to the left of a numeral of greater value is always subtracted to the greater numeral. We also have to remember symbol V, L, D are never subtracted. Symbol I can be subtracted from V and X. Symbol X can be subtracted from L and C. Symbol C can be subtracted from D and M. For example, I is to the left of X, which is of greater value. This means X, which stands for 10, and I, which stands for 1. 10 minus 1, which is equals to 9. Similarly, X is the smaller value, which is towards the left of L, which is of greater value. So, XL here stands for 50 minus 10, that is 40. Now, the next rule states, when a smaller number is placed between the two numeral of greater value, it is always subtracted from the greater numeral immediately following it. For example, XIV. I here is the smaller number placed between the greater value X and V. So, XIV can be stated as 10 plus 5 minus 1, which is 14. Similarly, it goes for LIX. I, the smaller value, which is in between the L and X, which is of greater value, so can be written as 50 plus 10 minus 1, that is 59. So, using these rules, I hope you all can do the following assignment. This is the assignment for you. Using rule number 2, you can try solving this. Using rule number 3, you can try this. Using rule number 4, you all can try solving this. You all are need to do this assignment in your project file. It will be considered as your activity. So hope to look for your assignments. Thank you.